Welcome to episode 87 of the Bikini Besties podcast. I'm Lo.
Kaylia.
Stephanie.
And this week's episode is called The Comeback Season. But before we dive into that, of course, we'll just do some quick updates for you guys. Since we're kind of on a roll with that right now, since we actually updated you last episode.
We're back to updates.
I think the biggest update, though, before we dive into individual updates, is February 27th, the day this episode is coming out, is our 2-year anniversary of Bikini Besties podcast.
Yes.
So happy anniversary,
Happy
guys.
anniversary.
Can you believe we've done 2 years of almost weekly recording?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Insane. Almost at 90.
Just like, yeah.
That's just crazy because like we've really spent a lot of time in these chairs or on beanbags.
Wow.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's been actually kind of fun because I feel like it's kind of strengthened all of our friendships too, because we've been able to spend time before, after planning. Mm-hmm. I think we've got a lot of things even planned for this year 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It gave us an opportunity to really stay connected too and like chat about things that we might not have chatted about.
If time went on, but you know,
like we didn't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The designated time to talk.
Yeah.
Like every week.
We have stayed in the know on each other's lives.
It's like, I'll tell them on Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I've
done that. Like, I've like had a thing that I was going to text and I'm like, I'm not going to give them a task to text me back. Yeah. I'm just
I'll update them on Tuesday before the podcast.
Right? The updates before the updates on the podcast. That's so funny.
I guess Friday for you guys because this comes out on Fridays. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's really kind of cool.
On 2 years. So it's been 2 years. So we're now on to our 3rd year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's a lot.
I'm like thinking, what can I bake to celebrate?
Make us a little besties cake.
Is anyone thinking about cake?
A purple teal cake?
I want cupcakes, little mini ones.
Little mini cupcakes. So many donuts.
Something.
Cookies.
Right?
Muffins.
Mm-hmm. You have to freeze something this prep. I usually give you something that I bake. But updates, I feel like I don't know, told everything last week. I don't really
Have a ton of updates though. Like how's things going in life season right now?
I'm very happy that I'm not as aware of fitness stuff, as crazy as that is. Like I'm kind of shifting focus onto more family stuff, work stuff, and just planning for the future, I guess, a little bit more. And I also did note this week. I like the fact that I can move my body or choose to move my body or, go to the gym based more on feeling than before.
Yeah. And are you feeling like more relaxed about it? Like
yes.
And by relaxed, I mean kind of like a relief of like it's not stressful.
Less anxious about it for sure, because I think we kind of shared that sentiment with like the first couple weeks of coming off of coaching or coming off of tracking. You're just kind of not sure, but I feel like I'm more in the groove now.
Trusting yourself.
Trusting myself. I am really appreciative of like the discipline that living that lifestyle taught me, so that in life season, when I say like I go to the gym when I feel like it, it's not like once every 3 weeks or like it's more like 3 times a week or maybe I didn't go to that 4th one because I was really sore from my 3rd workout, but I don't have to because I'm not on plan.
Right.
If that makes sense. And so I can choose to rest and not feel like that, oh my God, I'm not on plan.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Are you still meal prepping for like work days? Because I know you have like long work days.
Oh yeah. No, you know what's funny is I feel like I've meal prepped since I was a child. As weird as that is, not like me myself, but like my mom did. And so like she would cook on Sundays, but I didn't call it meal prepping then, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's just how I
lunches.
ate.
But if you reflect back, that's kind of what was happening.
It's kind of weird. And so like even now, I feel like I've kind of like converted Zach, because he used to be a guy that was like, I don't like leftovers when we first met. And I was like, what are leftovers? Like, it's just food.
That's just the way
it's just food. Like, does it taste different when you, anyway. But he now will also like cook on Sunday or Saturday and then like freeze things, or we kind of meal prep together. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
So I think that helps both of you, just like with life.
Yeah, and just being organized, having more time for other things, because I'm not like obsessing what I'm going to eat for lunch today and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and honestly, it saves money. Going out to lunch is expensive.
But also the brain energy to figure it out. Like that takes me so long.
Yeah.
What do
I don't know.
feel
I just get happy with my own food.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
do. I honestly,
the less decisions, the better.
yeah. I'm like, I know I'm going to be satisfied, full. It's going to taste good. I'm good. Like,
I know what's in it.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Who's next?
Me? That was your
She's ready
update?
to
Okay,
pass.
okay, we'll do quick updates today. This is another week of life season. I swear, I thought that going into life season, I would have like, because I would be able to choose more time on like if I needed to go to the gym as many times per week. Like I'm honestly, my goal has been 4 to 5 days a week, and it's been closer to like more like 3 to 4 days a week, and not because I don't feel like it, but because I'm so freaking busy. And I was like, I'm going to be so much less busy without prep.
You just fill your time.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I am so like running myself into the ground with how many
Aw.
things I plan. Like, okay, after the wedding, I will not be busy. Right. There'll be something else. But quick update just on kind of where things are and what I left off with from last episode is that this morning I actually did like a full check-in, even though, and I haven't checked in like a month. I haven't tracked food in a month or over a month. Maybe even, maybe a little longer than a month. And I was like, I'm going to do full check-in, start tracking my food this week. Food tracking's been about 75%. I've just been so busy. It's just like, I'll put that in there, that meal in later. I'll measure it and I'll be like, I'm going to track that. That's not how I usually do it. Usually I pre-plan.
Yeah.
And like, I just like put my food in. And so I need to, that's the one thing I have to work on this week to do. But I did take photos this morning, and I did my regular bikini photos as kind of like my last bikini check-in. And then I also took a lifestyle photos, which is weird. I didn't have my heels on. I'm just like,
It was cute. She sent them
I
to us,
loved
and
it.
I thought,
I loved it.
It was like just typical,
Yeah.
like cute Lauren.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
I'm like smiling really big, and it's like 6:30 in the morning in the dark. Like,
they were very cute check-ins. Like
They were super
most
cute.
people don't have those.
No, they were really, really good. And it was just cool, that little transformation. I loved
Yeah.
it. Like,
yeah, and the funny thing is, like, I'm actually like really surprised on how well my body has been responding. I think it really, really paid off to reverse well, and have my metabolism in such a good place, because like this last weekend we went to the beach and my parents' house in Oregon, and I had 5 guys and pizza in the same day. So I had burger, fries, pizza, and and pancakes that morning. My dad made pancakes.
Who are you?
All in one day.
Whoa.
And I weighed less this morning than I did last week when I checked my weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like happy with my photos. I was like, this doesn't make sense. But it's because I don't do that every weekend. And I
Yeah.
don't do that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm usually like, we meal prep too for the week. Like, it's just easy because you don't have to think about lunch. There's protein, there's carbs, there's some veggies or some fats. It's all available. And you just scoop what you kind of feel like. Sometimes I put like salsa on it, and sometimes it's just plain. Sometimes it's olive oil. It just depends on what I feel like, but it's the main core things.
Yeah.
And Anthony still packs the exact same meals for months and months and months and months on end to work. So it's like just easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd say it's just an easy button to meal prep.
That's my
It's
favorite.
not like a
Less-
have to. It's this is gonna make my life easier.
Less
Time to
decisions.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so this week started my 16-week prep, took full check-in photos. Really, really proud of where I am. I want to say like where I'm starting. It's been a work in progress to even be here. But I think I had to kind of adjust my goals, because I wanted to my intention was like, I need 16 weeks to cut for the wedding. And it was like kind of like looking at my photos and kind of where my weight is. I'm like, I don't want to start cutting hard right now, because then I don't know, I'd feel like I'd go leaner than I need to be for my wedding. I want to look really good for my honeymoon. That's kind of one of my goals. So I want to feel really good in my bikini and kind of on my fitter, leaner side. So I will be cutting into the wedding a little bit, but I don't think I need to start off. So I think my goal to start in the first 16 weeks is consistency and tracking my food again, building my baseline of what I'm doing, and then also adhering to my 4 days a week, if not a 5th day if I have time, for training, and then incorporating intentional walking time. My cardio is going to be kind of low heart rate to start, and then incorporating more things if needed or as needed. But that's it. That's kind of like that anticlimactic startup prep too. It's kind of like, well, because I did so well, I don't have that much to like jump into or change.
We should also put a pin in that and come back to that whole idea of what you did too with like our title and what we're talking about today.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty much. I think that would be a good segue too. What is your update, Kalia?
I don't have a lot. We're on to week 4 of prep. I'm down 3.5 pounds. So this week stalled a little bit. I only lost like half a pound. I mean, I guess it's still a loss, which is good. But, and yeah, I don't know. I don't really it doesn't feel like prep. I love
that for you, though.
I'm just doing my thing. Like, I'm not really like, I'm not like thinking about it. I'm busy with work stuff and life stuff. And, my goal this prep is that I'm just like living and existing, and I just happen to be on the treadmill a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
just a little addition.
Yeah. And so, it's been good. Honestly, I mean, all good things. Like, it's been good. I checked in today. I haven't received an update yet, so I don't know what the changes are. But I predict that we are going to lower food because we didn't lower food last week. We increased cardio a little bit. So the theme of what he has kind of done is it's like one time we adjust cardio, one time we adjust food. I don't know. So I predict that we'll decrease food a little bit. I'm about 10, 11 pounds away from like what I may need to be on stage. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. The look and stuff, but I'm 10 to 11-ish pounds away from like my last prep low. And I'm like 13 and a half weeks out. So we're in like a really, I think, easy spot. And my body, typically when we make changes, it does kind of respond. So, I don't know. I'm just doing it.
Good.
So
Just
doing it. I finally, I feel a little bit of hunger. I noticed I'm drinking a lot more water. And so I was like, man, I'm drinking a lot of water this week. And like, but I don't, so I'm like, oh, I bet you I'm hungry. Like I'm wanting to like, but I don't like, but I'm not like starving. I'm just, I just know that was just like a little thing I noticed, or maybe I'm just thirsty. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Is it nicer now being on prep with like work and stuff, having things that are like checkbox stuff as opposed to like a little bit more variable, so it like takes a little bit more thought? Does that make sense? Like meals or like
I'm not. Yeah, there's no thought to my. I'm eating.
You're just like executing.
I'm just executing. I'm not thinking about. Like I literally just don't even feel like I'm in prep. Honestly don't even like tell people. Like someone asked me the other day, like I saw someone that I hadn't seen in a long time, and we had like a conversation for like 5-10 minutes before I was like, oh yeah, I'm prepping. Like I don't know, because then like bodybuilding and fitness got brought up, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm prepping. Like I just kind of like,
it's not the first thing.
Yeah, it's not the first thing anymore. Like it's just like I'm just doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny. I feel like in a way that kind of applies to actually what something each of us said in our check-ins right now is it's like we've built a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel like you're in prep, but we're also still embracing the same things in a life season that we would in prep, like meal prepping or building our meals or like doing things like that. It's like it's become so much part of our life that like whether you're in a life season, you're in prep, you're in improvement season, there's maybe different levels of adherence
definitely
or strictness. But there's like habits that are built where it just makes it feel less like of an extreme to go into prep, or less of like, or us going into life season isn't an extreme of like, we're not just like, besides my Sunday meal or my Saturday meals this weekend, this isn't an extreme of just like wild eating and wild or just giving up on ourselves and our health.
Because we actually enjoy it. That's the thing. There's parts of prep I actually enjoy, and then I'll keep those parts, and the other parts, no, thank you.
Yeah. I feel good. What is going to be hard? What's really hard for me is that I had such a good reverse, and I got to such a happy place with my body and eating habits and just food. Like I got to just honestly just such a happy place that I like just want to stay there. I don't want to get leaner. I don't. I really like where I'm at. And so I just,
That is a new take.
yeah, I'm probably like the rare 0.0001% that ever says
Lauren's
that.
like, what?
Yeah.
I think you look great too.
I just,
it's good.
I don't know. I just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. So I don't really want to get smaller, but that's part of the process. And I said I was doing it. So,
But it's also being a more like mature athlete in the way
Yeah.
that, you know, it's not just even about the look. It's that, you know, that kind of weight loss, the extreme weight loss, comes with a lot of other things, like the, you know, like lower sleep or like feeling
energy,
cold,
and cold, and I mean,
Yeah.
I'm already like I'm not a big person, like I'm already cold, like, you know. So it's just there is gonna be the point where it gets like, okay, we're prepping, like
Yeah.
And I think we've also gone through this enough times too that it's not even like the going down to the leanness that's like hard. It's kind of like knowing that you're going to have to do all the work of reversing to get back up to where you were. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's not just the 12 weeks in. It's the 12 weeks in and the 12 weeks out.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
double the time.
Yeah.
So we know it's like this. It's not just the get to the show. There's like a process.
Yeah.
And
It's a whole
depending on get it,
cycle.
and you're like, even like your hormone regulation after prep, it's like so much more into it. We're not just doing the initial countdown. We're like,
Yeah.
where do you go down and where do you come back up? Because we see the whole big picture and how worth it is to do the
Yes.
big picture.
Yeah.
But I think every time you've done it better. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, maybe
Well,
you're gonna be even
if you're happy
happier
now,
next
you're gonna be
time.
happy.
I know, I'm
You're-
ecstatic.
Yeah.
Just gonna be,
Yeah. I'm just gonna be
just all the happy. I won't know what to do with it.
right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it. I'm sticking with the same suit this year. I was actually thinking about that yesterday. I was like, what am I gonna do about? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick the same suit.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
What?
I've had Lauren suits forever.
Oh,
Hasn't
I
given
was
my
like,
suits
I
back.
literally
Oh.
watched it. It's
I
literally
forgot
on
to.
my guest.
Oh, you
thing.
still have
Literally
it?
every time. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Oh my god. I have
She
to
doesn't
put
need it.
because I don't want to put it in my car. For
Yeah.
like I usually. Anyway.
Yeah,
this is
that's
not
funny.
A podcast thing. I'm about to like have anxiety.
She looks over.
I
And
don't care. I totally forgot she
I
said
know.
Steph's like
suits, and I was
voice messaging herself.
yeah.
Remember to do.
I want to. I
Yeah,
really do.
yeah.
But I don't want that film.
I think I forget more than you probably do.
Yeah, I
Like,
I
you probably
just
think of
texted
it-
her one day and I was like, "Oh my god, I still have your suits." I
was like,
remember.
oh yeah, my suits.
Yeah.
Plural.
Anyway, sorry, mental breakdown. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That's funny. Yeah.
Side note.
I know. Little side note.
Side attack. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's my update. Yeah, I think we're
Same
good.
suit.
We'll see what Drew says
I feel
today,
like-
but I think I'm gonna do the same.
It's always exciting to do a new suit and new colors. Stuff.
I
Once
like
you have like a
how
look,
I look. Yeah,
Once
I don't
you have
want
a
to
look,
change that.
and you
I
worked so
really-
hard for like that.
The only thing about my look that I want to change from my last season are my tie-ins. I'm sure we all know that. And my hair. I want more volume to my hair, so I need to talk to and figure out when I book the hair person. Like I just don't have a lot of volume on top. It goes very flat because I have a lot of my hair's heavy, and especially at the bottom and stuff. It's like thicker and heavy at the bottom. You have to like thin my hair and stuff, and so at the top it's just like lays flat. And even when we like. I don't know. I just want more volume, and so I don't know how to do that. But it needs to be like at the top.
Yeah,
It can't.
yeah.
I don't need extensions. I have so much hair.
Yeah.
It's just because I have so much hair. It's so flat.
I wonder, didn't you like your Arnold? Was it the Arnold hair that you liked?
I liked my Legions Classic, that show.
Hair and then
Vegas
Arnold
one?
makeup?
Yeah, no,
What was it?
yeah, something like that. It was how they teased it. However she teased it, I loved. So I need to figure that out. That's what I need because I liked it. It just had a lot more volume up top and stuff. So, anyways, that's my only thing is I loved my makeup from Junior USA's. I freaking loved it, and I just need that to be that the next time. I want all of Junior USA's besides bigger hair, bigger glutes.
Yeah, there you go. If I could just change two things.
Yeah, just these two things. So yeah. Anyways.
I don't know why, but I had like a weird like picturing of like a Dolly Parton talking about big hair and like.
Maybe I don't need bigger hair though, because maybe it'll take away from my glutes. Maybe I need to appear small everywhere else. That's my problem. I need everywhere else.
Everything to be
Kaylee has
smaller.
to show up with straight
Yeah,
hair.
I just think, maybe I need everything
Honestly,
just
just
needs
look
to be,
at my glutes.
yes, just everything angle in to my, to make me look, yeah. Maybe that's a real
so
thing
funny,
to consider.
honestly.
I've never done straight hair on stage. Wait,
Really? Are you sure? I don't
I
think
feel
I've
like there was
seen it.
one.
Oh, maybe I have. Maybe way back, like
Yeah.
way,
Way back.
2019 or like,
Yeah.
but not since being like a national competitor.
Mm-hmm.
I did a long time for a long.
No.
I got my pro card with straight hair.
I
Yeah,
just
so
don't.
did
I think I look too plain, day to day. Like I think I need.
I think your hair curls very beautifully. Like I
Yeah.
know you say you want more volume, but I think it holds like a really like pretty
Big
soft
curl.
glam curl.
Mm-hmm.
maybe, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Like I always want that. And my hair is just like so fine, it just no matter what. Like I'm trying to figure out wedding hair right now, like
Yeah.
wedding hair ideas. It's so funny because it's like I always like my reference right now for all hair and makeup is like show hair and makeup.
That's funny.
That is
I'm like,
funny.
we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Do you want your hair up or do you want your hair down?
So I don't
Sorry,
want.
this is not a wedding podcast, but I was like, oh, I didn't. We haven't
But
discussed
I
this.
was thinking about hair and
Yeah.
makeup, because even like show hair and stuff. I like the big and glamness and curls and stuff. I always feel like you always look pretty. Like you feel almost like prettier with like a big curly thing since we naturally have like
Yeah.
straight hair. But I think I like my look with my hair down.
Yeah.
What about
Like,
like a
my
headpiece thing? I can't remember.
I think I'm gonna do more little pieces, but what I'm thinking is probably a half up, half down with like those like boho braids, and kind of
Oh,
do it
that's
like
pretty.
more like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like I can still leave a lot of the front.
Yeah.
I have a hair appointment next week, and we're gonna start working on. I want to work on getting a lot of like the front layered in a way where when it's half up, I have a lot down.
Yeah.
In the front
That's pretty.
pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And more of the color and dimension, because if I
Yeah.
do braids, it'll show up more.
Yeah. That's
So I'm
pretty.
like already prepping my hair appointments to get my hair
Keep
ready.
prepping everything.
yeah, yeah, I know you think, yeah,
Yeah.
go you.
Everything.
I'm trying,
love
guys.
it.
I'm trying.
Do you know what I wish? This is so not what we were talking about, but I wish that, well, it is, but I totally wish wearing, like, I wish I could go on stage in a high pony, like a high long haired pony
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
curl, like
Yeah.
a cute glam pony.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that. I
I-
did not think that's where you were going, but I do
oh,
like that.
I wish I wish that could be a thing, but it would not do.
So many people wished that the fit model division, before it all came out and before it's kind of evolved, was it going to be like in shorts and a sports bra.
Really?
Like booty shorts and a sports bra. They wanted something like that type of level down versus like in muscularity, like to look
Oh.
more like just like a fit
Yeah,
look.
fit. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because there's other like divisions and stuff that have like a sportswear.
It's like yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
like
sports
division.
Yeah,
I mean, I think in regards to how the IFBB and NPC are, they did the right thing.
yeah,
It's so popular and it's very bodybuilding still.
yeah.
But I think there was a lot of talk like when they were like, oh, there's gonna be a new division. There was a lot of women who wanted like a short,
sporty,
sports
more
bra,
sporty.
Like in that, I think that hair up look
Or
would
hair
have
up
been
would be a
perfect.
thing.
It would have fit, and maybe tennis shoes or something.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would have switched just to not wear heels.
That's so funny. What did I want to come back to? Your
The comeback season.
comeback season.
Yeah, speaking of
I'm
the
just
comeback
curious.
season,
Yeah.
Comeback seasons.
I guess how you're getting ready to prep for the wedding and how that I don't know would tie into maybe some things we want to talk about getting back to the stage.
Yeah, well, maybe we can even kind of define kind of what the intention of this episode, their topic, is. As I was kind of thinking about, we talked about so much of us transitioning into life season in this last episode. We really wanted to address a lot of those who want to compete but have been in a life season. So you have competed or started a prep or maybe didn't get to the stage, but then you just decided because life happened and you went to life season, what a comeback season looks like, maybe before you're actually into a prep. What you can kind of do to head back to the stage, which I guess is kind of like you're saying, what am I doing to go to the wedding? Because it kind of is like a transition from like I was like embracing like full on lifestyle or life season with like no tracking at all.
3 meals
to-
out. No, just kidding. That was
That was like a wild day.
I'm just kidding.
But then what am I doing to like kind of like go back into a prep but not quite be ready, not competition ready yet, which I think would be like really applicable skills to work on if you're in a life season but ready for a comeback season. And I think that's building habits, because we kind of just even, I think we even talked about that really well, like building that lifestyle. I would like, my intentions to prep for the wedding isn't to be in a bodybuilding prep. I'm not going to get stage lean. I'm not trying to be perfect and like the most dedicated to a meal plan. I can't have that. So I'm bringing my food everywhere. I'm going to go to the restaurant and I'm probably just going to order something lighter or get chicken or, you know, but I'm going and I'm going to order. But I'm going to be really embracing habits of like consistency. I think that you can't make changes in what your body composition is unless you have some sort of baseline or consistency in your amount of movement and a range of calories. I don't think you have to be perfect on your macros in a life season or even a coming back to stage or getting ready, but I do think you need to start developing a baseline. Like you kind of need to know where your calories sit, because let's say I'm getting ready for the wedding and I'm not tracking. I don't know if my daily intake is going to be, and I like say, oh, I want 5 pounds, like tighten up a little. I don't have anything to pull from because I don't have a baseline. So I think building the habit of tracking your food isn't necessarily to cut or to gain. It's to build your base, like know where your intake is.
Just to get information,
And to be more consistent day to day, so you're not like eating 900 calories one day and 3,000 the next day. Like that doesn't help anything. You can have an outlier day.
And I think sometimes when we think about prep, it might be easy to think about it like an all or none, like you're either tracking or you're not, or you're, you know, going to the gym or you're not. But I think that there definitely is that middle ground of, you know, habits that might just help health-wise and just living that consistent lifestyle too. Because I agree with you, like not having the data, then it's hard. Like let's say something goes wrong. We've all been in those places where maybe you plateau or maybe you lose instead of gain, or whatever it is. To be able to then problem solve it, you have to go back to your diet and your training. Like there's nothing, sleep maybe, but those are all like things where we like to get data.
Yeah. Wear my Oura ring to know I'll make sure I sleep still. Right?
Kelia's back online too. She's back on circles.
And I copied you.
Oh, you put the little, I had 2, I lost one.
Oh.
The little extra ring.
Yeah.
Oh, I
stacker.
never saw that.
I just
I saw them on Amazon when I was.
I got them on Amazon.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
They're really
I should
cute.
never have gotten a
ring
dark
stackers.
one, because the dark one I can see my scratches.
You can see.
You
them on
can
the
see
light,
them when
too.
they get.
Yeah.
Well, right now mine is shiny because it's brand new.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
nice
yeah.
and pretty, and I'm
You
like,
got
oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine's super.
I lost
scratched up.
mine, so that's why.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I lost it in my house because you know you can check the location. So it was in my house.
Oh.
But then it died.
But then no, I couldn't find it, and I told myself a month. You're gonna wait a month because these things are expensive. And I was like, I don't want to. What if it pops up? And I'm just like, you're gonna wait a month. And when I wait a month, it was a whole ordeal in my house with my husband trying to find it too. and so it was just we didn't find it, right? And then it died. It must have died because now you can't. Like it's just. And so we never found it. So I was like, hey, it's been a month. I'm just gonna buy it. And I bought it, and I got it. And yeah. Anyways, we're back to the Oura ring tracking.
I have done the same with some AirPod Pros.
Yeah.
And then I found it 3 months later.
Oh, 3 months.
And then I regifted it.
Oh, perfect. Yes, you can always do
to
that.
a family member, so it was okay.
It went to a good place.
Honestly, I'll keep it because that one, the one I lost, is a size 7, and this one's a size 6. So I'll just keep it if I did find it, so that way I could wear it on.
Yeah. Different fingers.
Yeah, I'll just have options. I don't know.
I'm just feeling a little thick today. I'm gonna wear my bigger ring.
Yeah.
I was telling her, I'm like, I can't take my ring off in the morning. Like first thing in the morning.
Do your fingers swell
My
in the
fingers
morning?
swell in the
My
morning.
fingers are swollen.
I literally stopped doing that because it makes me mad in the morning. That
I panic. I get there's been a time where my Oura ring was on my index finger and I couldn't get it off, and I was like, oh my god, and I'm like sitting in the bathroom like panicking.
Full panic mode.
I have like really little fingers.
I feel like that's not the thing to follow this up with. Like,
as we're talking about our thick, swollen
please
fingers.
watch that back.
Like,
I have really
no.
little fingers.
They just like
they're
don't do
very
that.
skinny. This podcast went like totally. I don't even know what we're talking about before.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, we were talking
about the comeback
recovery and tracking your data.
I think we also talked about, like, before we started this podcast, was like, we have not all had a comeback season yet. Like,
Not yet.
you know, like the longest, I had a 2-year off season. I called that like a little kind of before, but that was just an improvement season. But we haven't, none of us have done like a full long like life season or like anything. So, but like, so I guess we don't have the, like, you know, what we've done, but maybe we can talk through like what we think we would do. Like what, you know, it, to me, if I'm in a life season, like when I go into this life season, it's going to be for a good 3 to 5 years, somewhere in that window probably, before I'm going to like allow myself to think about competing again, just because I want that. And so then in that 3 to 5 years, I'm imagining I'm still going to be this healthy, fit individual, but it's going to be very relaxed. Like it's going to be, you know, just where it fits and, you know, where I'm happy and blah, blah, blah. But if I was being like, okay, I think I want to compete again, you know, there'd probably be some things I start putting into place, right? Like it would honestly probably be just like, not, like you said, not cutting, not anything, not trying to add more cardio. It would be like, let's just kind of start tracking. Let's just like
build that like understand your baseline.
Yeah, even paying attention to like, okay, how much sleep am I? I mean, I probably will always kind of pay attention to that, but like write it down.
Yeah.
Maybe break out the spreadsheet again or something. I don't know,
It's
but
like taking inventory.
Inventory of like, okay,
What's
how am I
happening?
living? Yeah, where do I need to clean things up? Don't just start making changes, but just assess and be aware, and then collect the data, and then go, oh, okay, I want to get better at doing some cardio or getting my steps or whatever it is. I think that's what I would do. And then, you know, and then I want to start tracking my food maybe 3 days a week, and then maybe it goes to 4 eventually, and then maybe, you know, I don't know.
Or
like,
just during the work week and not on weekends.
Right.
To give yourself like that break.
Yeah, I would probably do stuff like that. Make sure I'm getting my water. Like, just start tracking. Honestly, it's just like
It's just
attention.
recording and being aware.
Yeah.
I think the cool part is that once we assess it, the good thing about having this lifestyle is that we would be able to see where the red flags are.
Yes.
Like instead of just collecting it, we would be able to identify like, oh my God, my steps are low here, you know? So just even being able to highlight those things, I think is a cool skill.
Yeah. And sorry. Go ahead. I was just going to say, I think like, because even this has happened in improvement seasons where consistency. So like maybe there are and I would imagine in a live season, I'm going to be less worried about like, I got 10,000 steps every day. It's going to be like one day was 4,000, one day was 12. I went for a hike. It's going to go up and down where, and maybe my food's like that too. Maybe I have a low day and a high day because that's just where it fit in my life season. And maybe if I'm thinking about competing again, I would look at, okay, let's get things a little consistent. Now maybe and that's where the tracking comes in. But maybe I now try to like, okay, every day is close-ish to similar. I don't know.
And I think if you're tracking again and like you're kind of like really aware and you're like getting into the habits of like recording everything and being conscious of those metrics, then it doesn't make the shock a factor going back into prep or higher or starting to work. The transition isn't as extreme or rough or like how you're hiring a coach and then be like, sorry coach, I promise I will start tracking again next week. It's just been busy. It's like you're already into the habits. Like you're prepared. It's just a part of your day to day, and it just like makes it smoother to transition into a competition lifestyle again, or into a prep, or into competing again, because you're like, it's not as like nothing to all. You know, you like
there's not as much discrepancy.
You start building back up to it.
I even think, and maybe this doesn't work for everyone, but for me, what I would do is, because I imagine in my life season, I'm going to be much more flexible, kind of like what you said about your workouts and stuff. Like, I don't have time to work out today. It's not happening. I'm going to do that tomorrow. That's in my life season. My days and weeks would look like that probably.
Right now.
Like, where does it fit? Where maybe then if I'm thinking about competing again, it's like, okay, let's build out my schedule a little bit more. Now, I'm a crazy schedule person, so, but we'll see. Anyways, but it would just look like that. Like, okay, intentional steps in the morning. I'm going to the gym at this time on these days.
Priority shift.
Yeah, I would start doing that. So
yeah, it would almost be like, you know, when you do your schedule, that you put the big things in first, and then you make the other things like fit around it. I feel like you would I guess in life, kind of put the big things in and then fit gym in when
Yes,
you can.
around it.
Whereas like
It'd be
prep
the
is
secondary, third dairy.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. I mean,
you got where I was
words.
going.
You know,
Tertiary.
yes, thing,
Yeah.
and then it would flip flop because if you're thinking about competing, there is gonna when you really do start, you do have to get pretty structured, and you got to be consistent. And if you just were in a life season, maybe you've got kids now, and they maybe all these things, a career that you're busy in, and so adding in prep, it adds in a whole other element, and so you do need to get structured. So baby stepping that and making that structure ahead of time would help ease into the actual commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, let's say maybe you're not fully sure you want to compete again, but you like the idea of working back towards that, then there's nothing wrong. I mean, I think it's very helpful just to even evaluate. Like maybe let's say you start tracking for a month and you evaluate after that month and be like, I don't think this will work for me again. It was not what I wanted. Yeah. Then you can decide maybe not to go back into competing because you started working on those habits again, but you didn't have to commit to the full on like start a prep and then feel like you were letting yourself down by not completing the prep or something like that. And
it's like your own mini trial. Yes.
Yeah.
And then like, I'm ready to get back into that lifestyle. Or you're like, I like my life season.
Because the other thing we're not considering is that like, are we going to be the same? We're not going to, okay, no, I'm not going to say that. We're not going to be the same. Yeah. Like this, like the life environment is going to change. And so maybe it's just not like doable.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, and that's
your
okay.
Drive
like,
for that
your drive for that kind of like competitiveness and that kind of,
or how we remember prep, because like now it's like with no kids, with like, with it being easy for us to make prep like number one, whereas it might not be as easy to make prep number one in the future.
And are we okay with that, or are we not?
Or the sacrifice,
exactly. There's just a lot of like things. I think a trial run's a great idea. Just like even kind of like your 16-week wedding prep, you could have like a little like 12-week trial run, or I don't know, 8-week, like a little like, and see like, hey, I'm gonna kind of live back into the competitor mindset somewhat. Let's see if I'm actually ready for that.
You could even like, to be more self-aware, like kind of see where you want to get to, like in terms of consistency, and saying, okay, like I tracked 4 out of 6 days, like 5, and actually being like honest with yourself instead of how you feel, like, oh, I just want to be in prep, like actually looking another thing, this is totally not different, but go to a show again, like go to a show and like, I don't know, get back into the environment, and
see
just
if it lights your fire.
Yes, because it's true.
Well, that's what I did when I was thinking about January, like the Fit Body Fusion Summit and everything, and just going and just immersing myself.
You use that
I think that's when you decided, because you were there and you were like,
you did. It was that.
Nope.
You're like no, I'm not doing that.
I'm not ready for this.
Because you could feel the buzz from other people, and I'm like, I remember that buzz, but that buzz is not
hitting me.
Right
You're like, it's not.
Right? I'm like, where are we going to eat, you guys?
More donut holes with fries.
Oh my gosh.
But like also too, like let's say you just give yourself the chance to start tracking, and you have a really good handle on tracking your food, and you're consistent in the gym and things like that. When you do, let's say, reach out to a coach to be like, hey, I'm ready to start back being a competitor lifestyle, majority of coaches these days aren't going to take you straight into prep. They're going to want to do an improvement season with you, or like want to work with you for a while. And it's easier for them to, and it's more effective and efficient for you to like be very aware of your baseline already. So like if they're like, so what are you eating? And you're like, I haven't tracked in 3 years. They have to like start over, and they have to work with you on that, and they have to figure that out. But if you're like, actually, I've been tracking for the last 3 months. I'm about here with my calories. These are kind of the types of foods I've been eating.
Here's my steps. Here's my cardio.
Yeah,
all that
here's
stuff.
the things.
Yeah.
It's an easier transition, and the coach can start you off more immediately on a plan of like effective goals. Like the macros that they set you on, or the calories that they set you on, are going to be more effective than just like, well, you haven't been doing anything for a while. Let me just. There's calculations they can do, but a lot of times it's guess, see how your body responds, and edit.
I think that if you have competed before, you probably know what to do to put yourself in that situation and that pre-prep kind of thing. You have the tools. You kind of know what to do. And then when it's time to hire a coach, you hire a coach. that people are going to be listening to this that have not competed and
Yeah.
they are wanting to compete. And I think if you have not competed, it's probably you don't have those tools for the most part. You
Correct.
don't know unless you
Or you're
come
not
from a
confident in those
you're not
skills.
yeah. So I think it is a benefit to hire a coach immediately to help
Yeah.
you with those skills.
I think one thing
Absolutely.
you could do before even like while hiring a coach is just start tracking what you think
Yeah.
you're eating, not
Yeah.
because you're doing it right, but because you're also just forming the habit of picking up your phone and doing it, which I think is
Yes.
a really
Yeah.
hard
Just
thing
being
for people
aware.
to
And
do.
that's
Yeah.
where you're not tracking to meet a calorie goal.
Right.
You're just trying to understand how much you're eating.
Mhm.
And that way, then even when you do hire a coach, you'd be like, I have no clue what my goals should be, but I've been averaging about this because I've been trying to make my days more consistent.
Right. And all that data is so helpful to
And
log
it's-
into their
Yep.
MyFitnessPal, see what
Yeah.
you know.
And then you're also not trying to, and then you also are familiar with like a few of like your most common foods that you eat and like things that you like and kind of even like what they look like in numbers. And then it's easier too to learn when a coach is like, okay, I'm going to help you and learn, but here's your macro goal.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, I don't even know what any of my foods are. You have to, it would help you be like, oh, okay. So I know since when I was tracking this would probably be, and it helps you like puzzle piece it together. Cause a lot of times, even when I start new clients, I want their first week I just want to know what they're eating. So that I just say, just track it without a goal. And it's more of a challenge than people expect.
100%. I
Yeah.
think that it's the whole discrepancy thing of like what we were talking about with going into prep, like that pre-prep. If there's less you have to learn because you've already practiced the habit of macro tracking or the habit of doing cardio after whatever it is, it just closes that gap. One
It's
other
like
thing I
doing
wanted
research.
to say, yeah. One other thing that I want to say about the baseline is I think it's important to not to be yourself and to eat how you always eat and not try to be good before starting prep because then I feel like it skews the data. One thing I used to tell my clients is if they try to be good, then they will be hungrier. Because
Yes.
I will base it on that, and if you're already in a deficit, you're going to be so unhappy.
Yeah,
So
That's a good
unhappy.
point.
That's really,
Yeah.
really good important. And then also not the opposite either of like, oh, I'm going to be in prep, so I know I'm going to have to eat cleaner. And so then you just like indulge in all the things you normally wouldn't even care
Yeah.
to eat.
Don't have the Last Supper.
Well,
I don't know. I'm
That was
gonna.
my
I
favorite.
don't know. I'm
how
gonna-
many, I think a Last Supper.
I'm a Last Supper kind of girl,
I know.
so
with some moderation.
I was bad.
in moderation.
Yes.
A Last Supper,
Moderation.
not a last binge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always
Yes.
do too much. I always
Alas.
do too much.
Yeah.
I like always end up not eating. I'm like, yeah, I do want crab cakes too.
Okay,
No.
so for anyone who is listening who hasn't heard of Steph's Last Supper, explain to them what Last Supper is.
So probably the last. Oh my gosh, I think every prep before this last one.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, I have had like. I want to blame the coaches because really they gave me a little bit of go ahead time. They're like, okay, prep is going to start in like 2-3 days or whatever. And so
On
I had
Monday.
the opportunity to have a last meal of all my favorite stuff. and I don't really think that I did everything that was my favorite. It was just kind of like whatever I was feeling for at the time that I thought I would miss during prep, which is another mindset that left me when I started this one. I think it was also because Jamie surprised me and she was like, so we're starting prep tomorrow. And I was like, oh.
I feel like that's how they do things. That's
You
what
know?
Drew did to me. And it's
like,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're in prep now.
Yeah, you're
Here's
Oh,
your
I
new
see, yeah.
macros.
or you've been in prep. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just didn't even know. But it
I said
did
no,
foster
though.
that mindset that I didn't have to have like, okay, this is the end and here's this new like event kind of thing that I'm starting.
Yeah.
You
It
know?
kind of, I don't know. I feel like if you're already in the lifestyle of it, it's kind of, you don't.
Yeah, I
have
didn't even
things
miss
you're
it this
missing.
year. I
Yeah.
didn't even miss
Yeah,
it.
I do more of. I definitely do. I don't like go and like collect things and eat all these things. Like I don't, but I do use it as like, no, I'm going out. We're gonna have a
I
nice
do
night
usually go
out.
to
Like
dinner.
gonna
Yeah.
go out to dinner. It's gonna be an experience. Like I just do that, but I don't like. Okay, now I'm getting 5 appetizers and 3 desserts, and I'm gonna stop at home and do it. Like, no, I don't do that, but I do
You
definitely.
can't eat it all. It's insane.
Yeah, I.
You're like, I've tried. I know.
I tried. I have. No.
So should we get into maybe talking about like, okay, you've done this pre-prep And now it's time to coaching.
Yeah, I have one
Oh.
more kind of prep or on your own, or even throughout a life season, if you even have the idea of wanting to compete again. It would be we talked a lot about tracking and stuff. It's training. I really strongly think like no matter what season you're in, your body will always benefit from some sort of strength training. So like if let's say you're like thinking like I might want to compete in a year, and feel like and you give yourself a whole year before you have to make the decision if you're going to hire a coach, like why would not use that time to build muscle? Like let's say you're not as strict like you miss a day because you're busy, or like you're not in prep, but like you can still be very intentional on putting on muscle, because I would say majority of competitors who maybe are like more amateur or only done one or two shows or maybe have never done a show, that's the biggest thing is it's bodybuilding, and you need to have a really good foundation of muscle, and that takes the longest. Building tracking like food habits, cutting, that can be weeks. Like, but putting on muscle can be years. So you can spend that time like, and let's say you put on the muscle and you've like done a ton of gym time and like really dedicated, but you're like, I don't think I ever want to hit the stage. You're never gonna like, there's no waste. You didn't waste any time. You actually now have a good solid foundation of muscle for life.
That's very true.
And so I think that's something that's kind of important. Like, even if you changed your mind, you're never gonna regret that you got in really good shape and built the muscle.
What would you say that they should do? I almost like for tangible things, like writing down the exercises you're doing and maybe how many or weights and in that way, or
maybe setting up like writing yourself, or maybe buying like from a trainer. Like there's trainers that will write you a one-time training plan based on kind of your goals or like what you're looking at doing, and then you can take that training plan, and like I've done the same training plan for over a year or 6 months or more before. So like I think it's kind of worth like having a plan. Like when you go to the gym, it's like lower day one.
Intentional.
It's a pull day. It's a push day. And it's these 7 exercises so that you can progressively overload. Even if you're not tracking like exactly what weight, you're still being consistent with hitting that muscle group.
Just pushing yourself
consistently.
again.
Because I've noticed like if I don't have like a training plan when you go to the gym, it's kind of like, yeah, well, I did 4
I cannot
shoulder
remember
exercises.
the last time I went to the gym without a training plan.
Yeah, I mean, but that's I think one of the biggest
It's
things
been
people
9,
struggle
10
with.
years. This is my 10th year competing.
It's crazy.
Whoa. Anyways, sorry.
But I think majority of people who struggle going to the gym is they just don't have a plan.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. Yeah.
They'll like be like, I'm doing shoulders, and they'll do like a shoulder press, and then they're like, well,
all right, what's the next shoulder
what's
exercise?
next? And then maybe you run out of things. And then like the next time you go to do shoulders, it's like you're not progressing in any of the lifts because you're just kind of randomly grabbing whatever's available. So I think even whether you write it yourself, or it's actually very affordable to have a trainer write you a one-time split with exercises and rep schemes.
The intention also helps with the energy too, in terms of like progress and like feeling that momentum and all of that, and the motivation. It kind of comes from those little daily actions, because I can't imagine what it would feel like to do one exercise and then look around the gym and feel like purposeless in that way. Like, where am I going to go? Like, it would just kind of, I don't know, it would kind of,
You feel a little lost. Like I even had, when I knew I was going to transition into life season, I specifically requested that I was like, while I had coaching, I need a new training plan that's going to carry me into life season. And I saved all the exercises because I'm now kicked out of the app. I am no longer. That was like, this week's my 1-year anniversary with Fit Body Fusion, and my cancellation email came through. Oh my gosh, on my anniversary. I'm like, bye. So I no longer have access to Trainer Eyes. That was a weird thing when I opened it this morning, and it was like, couldn't log my weight on my last check-in day. I was like, that's weird. But I wrote down all my workouts because I knew that that workout plan, it was designed specifically for me to be able to not feel lost heading into a life season. So I think that's something that can give you a lot of direction and progress and feelings of accomplishment, is having a defined workout plan. And honestly, like, it might be boring, but it's also less thinking and less decisions if you just have something written out. Like, even I've noticed with like me being able to like not being able to hit exactly 5 days a week at the gym, being busy, I can go to the gym and I have my list and I'm like, well, I'm at this gym and it has this equipment. So, and I know I need to do a leg stay, but I can choose lower one or lower two.
Yeah.
But then I just choose which one. And that's my plan for the day.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
Don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just kind of follow the directions. I don't have to think. And I know. And then when I'm like, the hour's up or I've made it through the entire list, I'm like,
Yeah.
I did it. It's accomplished. Done. Checked off.
And every time you go, it's like, you know, even getting half the workout done, getting some of the workout done, just gathering some data and, you know, just not, I guess, winging it. Because I imagine that feeling of like when someone's using your machine and then I feel like, what am I doing? Like that's my next machine.
And if you just wing it,
Get
and
off.
you don't,
Right.
there was never a plan to check off.
Right.
You know, it was
I
just
feel like
kinda
you feel more
did I
accomplished.
do enough?
Yeah.
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 There's no doubt about it. You just did the plan.
Mhm.
But
I think this is totally not training, but I think something, if you're thinking about competing again, actually maybe before even hiring a coach, is actually like talking with your family.
Yeah.
that's a huge
Yeah,
one.
like your spouse or, you know, your family, whoever that may consist of. But and just kind of like, are we all like, because it's gonna be a we thing, like and just sitting down and like, do we want to do this again? Like, this is what it looks like.
Yeah, sharing.
That applies to new competitors too, if you want to compete. And sitting down with your family and talking about what it consists of and
commitment, the time commitment.
the commitment and stuff. And so that's one thing. Looking at your finances, like, do you have big things coming up, or like, are you in a spot where you can spend the money on this? Like, you know, just
And then also like listening too, like not only giving them information, but listening to what their fears might be or what their concerns might be, or, you know, things that might confuse them, because it's a weird sport.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. And then you can also kind of like have a list of like expectations in advance. Like, so you know that with your partner or with your family that it needs to be a priority that you do X, Y, and Z. And so then already, even when maybe you like go to talk to a coach, you can be like, I'm ready to prep, but with my family commitments, I know every Tuesday I have this family commitment.
Yeah.
Or every Sunday I take the day to do this.
It's just bringing your coach more data. Like, it's
Yeah, I
the
was
data thing. Like,
But it's like there's ways to prep very effectively while still maintaining those priorities, and or even just setting the expectations of like, okay, family, we're going to try this. We're going to have these adjustments to life, and maybe you have to plan because now you have to go to the gym in the morning, or like maybe you need to invest in a treadmill at home because it works better for you to do that, or like just
I
love
actually
talking
have
about it.
something. I'm doing that right. I'll just share something I'm doing. I'm doing that right now, and I'm in my current prep from my little season. I'm doing two things. So one's very small and stupid, but not stupid, but like I have a treadmill at home. I used to always go to the gym down my street and do my cardio and stuff, and go do like recovery work and steps and like whatever. But because I just wanted to get out of the house, but like I'm staying home and I'm doing my fasted cardio at home and my steps and work, so I can work on my treadmill. So I get like a lot of work time done, and I like to be home now when Ronnie wakes up. That's my husband. He wakes up later than me, so I can like bring him coffee. I have a moment with him and the dogs. Like, I just kind of, it's like a 10-15 minutes that like, it's like something that I didn't prioritize before. I was very just like, you know, bye.
Yeah.
I'll see you later when I see you. And now I'm like making, so it's just something I'm doing. And then another thing is I still have my date days, and we still go out to dinner, or go to dinner, lunch, whatever it is, and I just get like a grilled chicken salad, and I bank anywhere from 500 to 1,000 calories, and for that day, and I go out to dinner and I get, usually it's like a Caesar salad without, I always get no dressing, and then I eat whatever's on the salad, and then I just had chicken, and that's what I'm doing. And yeah, like, and so, I mean, now until there may be a point where I can't do that, but it's kind of common sense that most salads are definitely going to be less than 500 calories, especially if you're not having dressing and you're just adding some grilled chicken. Like, it's, and so, that was my requirements this prep, is like, I'm not bringing a scale to it, and I'm not, now, there is a point where maybe we're like a month out, or if weight stalls or whatever, where maybe that's going to be something that we have to pull out if needed. It's a tool, but it's just,
still even adjust your date
Well,
day for that period of time, where you still have a date day, but maybe
it's activity based or it's
or you
whatever.
bring your
and
own
like,
food
yeah,
to the event.
yes, yeah, something like that. There's other ways to do it, but like I wanted to do it this way right now. This is
I
my
love
current
that.
requirement, and like until I need, that comes with, and I don't want to actually say all this, because for a new competitor, maybe you don't have this is 9 years of experience of knowing what I can and cannot do and how to manage it.
And when you can be flexible, because
yes.
you know that 4 weeks out, and Ronnie knows,
yes,
that that's
exactly.
probably not allowed.
To be honest, he didn't even expect this. This was a
Yeah.
me thing. He
Yeah.
did not. He thought, like, we both agreed starting prep, and he literally asked me. He was just like, "What are we gonna do for date days now?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing changes. Same thing. We're just." He's like, "What?" And I explained to him, and he was like, "All right." And I was like, "I got it. I got it under control."
Yeah.
Like, my goal this prep is that he just doesn't really feel that like we're prepping, and until he is aware of it, and I'm aware of it. There will be a point where it is harder. But anyways, all that to say, these were my requirements before starting prep, kind of thing. And like, or these were little shifts that I made, that I was like, I looked at my, like, you know, my relationship and my family, and like things that I wanted to prioritize before getting into a prep. So just stuff to think about, to consider.
So maybe just taking like inventory, like we've talked about, like your diet, training, and like relationships.
Yeah.
Would be
Yeah.
kind of the 3 big boxes.
I think those are
Yeah.
all really
Yeah.
really important.
Because I think those are like, it's like the most, like, those are the most important.
And really define that. And that's something you can do before getting a coach or not having a coach, and just in your life season. Because I think having those things managed, prep or not prep, or competing or not competing, is all important. Like,
so many
it
steps
can only
ahead.
benefit you to
Yeah.
understand all those areas. Especially if like you're considering competing, you're probably someone who's into fitness or into health, or want a challenge, or is competitive, or, you know, you have everybody has different whys or like things that draw them to even listening to a podcast like this.
Start listening to podcasts again.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you could
Get that mindset work.
you could also, you might want to also think like, what kind of competitor do you want to be? Were you a really competitive competitor that was climbing that, you know, or did you just do it for fun? Did you, and maybe before you get into it, and maybe you won't know until you get into it again, you know, it might take you some time. You're like, oh yeah, I want to be competitive again. Or you're like, I want to do this a little more casually. Like,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So maybe think about what type of competitor you want to be. Because
Yeah.
that may lead you to what type of coach you hire. I don't know.
Absolutely, because there could be something like maybe you're postpartum and you're doing it because you loved the first experience of prep, but like you want to do it in a way that's more balanced for your new family or your growing family, and it's just kind of a fun challenge just to get back on stage, just to prove to yourself that you still can do that.
Yeah.
You know, and like it has you don't want to go to nationals, you don't care about winning over, you just want to like prove it to yourself that you have the discipline, and like, you know, or maybe help yourself. I mean, I wouldn't always recommend it, but help yourself like as a transformation or something like that.
Because the goal might help you set expectations too. If you know what type of competitor you want to be, then it would help to set those expectations.
Yeah,
as well.
or maybe your first season had a traumatic reverse afterwards that made you dislike the sport, and now maybe it's kind of like you need to have a different relationship with food this time. Or maybe last time was just for fun because you did it, and then it was like you didn't have a lot of finances, and now you're in a better place in life, and you're like, you know, this time when I do it, I'm gonna do it all out. I'm gonna go for that pro card. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and reasons to do
Yeah,
it.
I think if you were a past competitor, just assessing, like, look back at your past preps and make a pros and cons list, and what did you like and
Or
not
you're
like.
older.
And,
You're older and you can come back masters.
yeah, I'm masters this year.
I know.
Yeah, I am gonna compete in masters, by the way. 35
think we
plus.
all
Does
are,
that feel
honestly.
weird?
I think
No,
we
I meant
all-
like this
No,
season.
but I know,
am.
but doesn't that feel weird? Like to say that?
I didn't know
It's-
that. That is weird. I didn't know that
Yeah,
you
I'm
were doing
35.
masters too.
Yeah, it opens up 2 more national shows I can do. So I also have a deadline. So by July 31st, I'm done. So whether pro cut or not, no matter how close, I'm putting a hard
What?
deadline.
Even before North
It's so funny.
Americans?
I thought Ronnie would be. Yeah, Ronnie was like, don't give yourself a deadline. I'm like, no, it's done. Like,
You know yourself.
Yeah.
yep,
I
know
mean,
myself.
I have
can't go
deadline.
the whole year. Like, because I want to spend
I have a strict deadline.
I'm going to need to spend the last half of the year getting my hormones back in the right spot. Like,
Even though it's extreme sometimes, like if you were given gray area, that you might not.
I already took
you
the
know what I
gray
mean?
area. I wasn't supposed to
And
be.
you just don't want to give yourself that leash.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
fair.
So July 31st. So whatever the show's between Junior USA's. So it's like there's like 4 or 5 because I can
That's
do
a
the 2
lot.
Masters shows,
That's-
and so 35
That's a
plus.
lot.
Yeah, it's plenty of options. If I don't have a pro card after like 3, I'm done. Come on, we all know the problem. Tie-ins.
I
So
would not look at you when you talk like that.
so yeah. So anyways, I have plenty of options. Open Masters. We're gonna see what happens. But anyways, that was the But yes, okay. But when I come back. If I come back
Yes.
later.
Come back.
Yes.
Yeah, 100% do Masters. Like
Yeah.
those girls are crazy jacked.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and it's just kind of cool. It gives you actually, like you were saying, sometimes more opportunity to compete because you're not just in open. You can do open and masters,
yeah,
and
yeah, you can do whatever you want.
more.
Mm-hmm.
And there's shows that are masters only, and
Yep.
there's a lot out there. So, and I think it's kind of cool because I feel like in our generation and maybe even a generation older, there's a lot of like there was a societal like norm of like you have kids or you reach your 30s or something and it's master's age, you're old now, and so it's just kind of like you're not able to do that, or like maybe you don't have sports anymore because
Yeah.
athletics are usually just like through college age.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like really cool that there's a whole nother like very competitive like and you can get very elite level at any age. It's cool to
Yeah.
me. Like I
Yeah.
think that's like
I love that about our sport.
there
yeah.
is-
It embraces all ages.
yeah, and there's no like that means that there's like in your
What's the
life
highest
season.
the age goes? Is it 50
I think they have older
in the
than that.
pros? No, in the
Oh, in pros?
I don't think there's a. Is there a
think
max?
it's
I think it's 50 plus. No.
well, it's 50 plus, so anyone can. Yes,
Yeah.
but the range. It's not like they do 50 plus, 60 plus, 70
No.
plus.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
It
don't
stops
think they go
at
after
50
50
plus, right? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I
But
think
in
45.
regional
I think it goes
level,
up to 60.
it goes up to 60 or something like that.
I think it goes up to 60.
Yeah.
But it's like cool because it kind of means that like your life season or maybe like your getting ready or to come back doesn't have an expiration date because you
Yeah.
don't have to compete by the time you're 35.
Mm-hmm.
You can start competing when you're 45. I actually, one of my old teammates from previous year, she didn't compete until she was 45. And she won like, I can't remember how many Masters Pro shows, and she made it to Masters Olympia and placed in the top 10.
Wow, that's
That's
cool.
incredible.
Yeah, and
That's
she's like in
incredible.
her 50s now, and she just looks like stunning.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, see?
And it's
Yeah.
like, but like she just never thought she'd ever do it, and then she decided to, and
Yeah, I'm trying
Went
to.
for it.
I'm like trying to embrace. Or I think I already did, but there was a period where I'm embracing that whole like when people say like the stage is always there, and it's like yeah,
But
I
it
know.
is.
Like, but then there's a phase where you're like yeah, but this is how I feel because
Yeah.
you just got to feel the feels.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like it, and then once you've felt them
Yes.
and you've shifted,
Yeah.
then you're like, okay, yeah, I see what the stage is always there. I can come back and do it whenever I
Yeah.
want,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I didn't feel that till this year. I was the yeah. I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was this year.
And
Yeah.
I also felt kind of like that feeling that I was kind of, but on a grander scale of like how much, it's not just how much work it is to like get into like the one prep, it's the whole process. Like I have spent 9 years getting to this muscular level. Like even like, let's say I take a long extended life season, like how much work does it take to get back to this level? So it's always like, for me, it's always been like, I just have to carry this momentum of this level. Cause like right now, like even in my check-in photos, like I said, I'm so proud of them, but I look at like my arms and I'm like, oh my God, I'm shrinking already.
That's so funny.
I get it small.
Oh my goodness! So you
My
have to come up
back's
with
not
another
small
thing
yet,
for
though.
prep goggles. What's that called? Reverse goggles? I don't think you're
Reverse
getting. I don't know.
Reverse goggles,
Yeah,
life
I'm
season
like,
goggles.
She looks great.
Yeah, she looks phenomenal.
I'm very happy with it. I'm proud, but it's just sometimes I look at like my shoulders
Yeah,
and like
because you know what you've. Yeah.
I have a good like shoulder width just because of my natural bone structure, but like just like the little pop is just it's not big.
That's
I'll
so
give-
funny. Kaylee and I are like,
I
no
whittle
I know. I'm
pop,
like, I'll
no
take your
pop.
physique right now. I'll take it right now. Yeah, literally, I want your physique right now. Your butt and your yes
Yeah.
and no.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my delts are small now.
I know. We need to mute her mic. Mute her mic.
Yeah, I know.
Me and my tiny fingers.
Tiny fingers.
I need to watch that back.
Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
I was just like,
We're talking about like thick, swollen feet. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
I
hiring a
know.
coach.
I
Just kidding.
Right?
We talked.
I hope a lot of women relate to us though.
Oh yes, absolutely.
How many of you wake up with swollen fingers, and how many of you have skinny fingers, so you don't have that
Right?
problem?
I feel like we win. I think we win.
Yeah, I think we win.
Okay, I've got raisin skin on my fingers.
I have old lady hands.
Me too.
Like
old.
that's what Ronnie actually calls them. That he's
That's
like, you have
funny.
little old lady hands, and I'm like, oh, thanks. Like,
I don't know. I didn't even notice that.
they're like wrinkled. They're like-
Stop. I don't want to notice anything else.
okay.
So if anyone wants to be entertained, this is an episode
Yeah.
to come back to.
Oh my goodness.
You don't have pretty
I want to cut out
hands.
some of my laughing for sure.
I know.
I laughed for way too long. But
All right.
anyway.
Well, I think the last piece of this that we've kind of pushed off because we keep thinking of more things
Yeah.
to do to prepare for a comeback season. But I think one of the biggest things is once like you've kind of mastered your baseline, you're more consistent, you've built some muscle over like time, you put in some work, and you're like, or you've talked to your family, you're ready to go, and you're like, what's the next step to getting to the stage? And that's getting a coach. And you can never get a coach too early. Like you don't have to have all of those things in your whole house in order to get a coach, because they can help you with all those things
Yeah.
and put you in the right direction. But you also don't need one to start building habits.
Right.
So it's just kind of more like where your expertise level is, how well you're doing on your own.
Yeah, what works for you. Sometimes some people having a coach is what just gets them back into
The
that.
accountability,
Yeah.
putting some money into it.
Yeah.
That helps a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
And we did a whole episode on things to look for when you're hiring a coach too. I think it was things to look for when you're hiring a coach. I
Yeah,
don't remember the
picking
title.
a coach.
I feel like we should look at our previous list and see if there's any to redo. Because, like, it's like new information or new ways of thinking. I don't know. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I think that would be a really good
Yeah,
idea.
like an episode where you want to go back and if I want to edit what I
yeah.
said here.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
besties. Also, send us any of the ones you want our update on. Send us an
True.
episode topic that we've already done that you want an update on, because we
like
would
that
love
idea.
to cover that with our after 2 years of recording and more experience and different preps and different mindsets that we're in. We most likely have some really good updates
Do you
for
know what I wish you could do? On stories, you could, like, click a button and it's a drop down. And then they could select
Oh yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying.
all of our episode
Yeah.
titles.
Yeah.
And they just click it and then they scroll and they pick.
That's so funny. Right, just a drop down. Right,
An
'cause
engineer to.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yes.
okay, sorry, idea that I was like, how would I post this on the stories?
Yeah, and make it easy.
Make it easy and
Yeah.
not annoying. And
Pick
just,
4. Their top 4.
yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways, go look. Okay.
But yeah, so if you're ready to hire a coach, I do think kind of what Kaylee mentioned earlier, kind of like thinking of one thing you need to do beforehand is definitely think about what type of comeback season you want, what type of prep you want. Again, is it for fun? Is it to be competitive? Have you advanced your own knowledge and skills to a level where you need a coach to meet your level? Or do you need a lot of education because maybe you haven't competed, or the one time you competed was 9 years ago and it was a whole different world of competing? What do you need? I think that's kind of the biggest evaluation point of like before even like how to pick a good coach. It's like, what do you need? And having that self-awareness, like evaluate yourself. Like,
Yeah.
why do you want to do this, and how much help do you need? Or what type of help would be a better thing to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, like, because some, I know for me, this actually doesn't have to do with competing, but it's more of life season. I know for me, when I go into my life season, because I'm going to be having, getting pregnant and going through that whole process, and I kind of want to work with someone who's been through, like, is a coach is a woman that has gone through pregnancy and postpartum and just knows the nutrition side of it and can just kind of help, like, guide me through, like, that kind of stuff. Probably mostly for the nutrition part of it, but someone who has a lot of that background.
Yeah.
Maybe there's like core work, specific core work, and just certain stuff. And so I've thought about maybe what life season would look like for me, because I don't know if initially I want to completely let go of coaching. I think I do want to work with someone that has that, like, works with a lot of women that go through go through that. But from if I was getting back into actively competing, I guess it depends, like, how I think I want to navigate competing. I won't know until, like, I'm there. Like, do I want to do it more casually and fun, or do I want to be like if I don't have a pro card, I might be coming back for that. So we might be crazy again. But
another thing to consider is what division you want to compete in, because I know a lot of coaches really specialize actually in what division is their expertise. Right now, I feel like a lot of like bikini coaches have taken on fit model. But I have a feeling if it's going to be in a few years from now, there might be a little bit more of a division of like, these are bikini specific coaches because they're at a higher level of muscularity. This is more fit model. And there'll probably be a little bit of a delineation. There'll probably be a lot of overlap, I think, in that level.
I agree. I think,
but like, if I were going to figure, I wouldn't be hiring a coach that specializes in bikini. There's like different coaches, or wellness coaches are different than bikini coaches. And so it's like, what division do you want to compete in? I think that's another huge thing to ask
that's
yourself.
true. Yeah, because if you've been in, especially for us, I don't know how long we all plan on, if we plan on coming back, or how long that'll look like. But
maybe there'll be another division.
The sport division you were talking about. You have to look at the divisions and see like, because they're gonna evolve, and so see where they're at, and like, where do you fit? Where does your body fit? Because sometimes you may want to be in a division, but maybe that's not where your body fits. And
I think right now there's probably a lot of people who competed in bikini previously, and they're looking at coming back, and their level of muscularity might not, even at their like tip top of like their last prep, even if they won an overall in bikini, it might be at an older, like it might be at the fit model level of muscularity for today's competing world. So you kind of have to evaluate, like, yes, you may have been good in bikini and 8 years ago, but 8 years ago, bikini is not what bikini is today.
So it's fit model.
It's fit model now. So it's kind of like, you might need to adjust your expectations, or maybe even ask a coach, like, to evaluate kind of like, do I have the muscularity? Because who knows, those 8 years, maybe you've been consistently training.
And you've maintained, or you've built.
You've built a lot of good muscle, because that's a lot of time. Like, who knows? So you might be bikini, or maybe you even grew more in your figure or wellness.
You never know.
That would be a large leap, but
Hey, they could have. Someone could have been like, I just don't feel like competing, but I love leg day. And
that's me. I'm still going to build this butt.
Oh, yeah.
These tie-ins are going to get thicker.
But Kaylee's coming back in wellness.
No, oh, God. Oh, my God. My adductors will, no. I'm still going to be trying to build glutes, but
I told you guys, I am prioritizing glutes in my leg days, because I just want a shapely butt in my jeans and bikinis and everything for life. Like, I have genetically, if I didn't train glutes, I wouldn't have a butt. Yeah. I am grateful. When I do train, I do have one.
They cooperate.
They cooperate, so I don't.
She'll tell you specifically what you should be grateful for.
I'm looking at Kaylee. I'm sorry, mine work.
They listen.
I feel like, this is kind of a funny story, but it's about glutes. Okay. So I've been trying to do 2 glute/leg days a week, and I missed my one last week when we were traveling to Oregon. So I was doing glutes last night. And I was doing this, like, some hip thrusts with just a 45 on each side, so 135 pounds. And I was doing it, and I was like, had a little band around my knee, and I'm sitting there focusing on my form. And I did like 2 sets, like my 2 warm-up sets of like 15 reps. And it was crazy. I felt like I was thinking about you.
I hate what you're about to say.
And I was like, just kidding. I was like, Kaylee would probably be wanting to feel this, because it was literally like the perfect amount of like high-end glute, like just engagement, no quads.
I hate you so much.
And I was like,
I think this is so on theme with the little fingers.
yes. This
no, but
pod-
I was thinking about you. I'm like thrusting and
If
thinking
only I could share this feeling with Kaylia.
Yes. It's like if I could just give this to her right now.
Oh my god.
Because it's like I wasn't like thinking that hard.
It just happens.
Right? Just wake up with skinny fingers.
Oh my god.
But if only I
That's
could
so
do that by
funny.
posing.
Yeah.
Oh, that kills
Yeah.
me.
That took a lot of
I
thinking.
have that going for me. Thank God.
We all have our strengths,
yes,
you guys.
all our strengths.
Oh my
But I was
gosh.
thinking about you with my glutes.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But it's just, I think I was more thinking about it, how differently every person's body mechanics are. And like how it's like you don't get to choose which part.
You know, I was
activates.
listening to a coach talk. I don't remember what this was. I was on a podcast recently, and she was saying how she's like, "No, my clients don't have the exact same plan, but for the most part, there's only so many exercises, and how
Yeah.
they coach, like they're very particular on their bikini girls, what they're doing." And so she's like, for the most part, some of my athletes have very close to the same kind of programming. And she's like, and I have clients who they just look at a weight and grow. Like I give them a plan and they just grow. And then I've got clients who like, and they're like diligent clients, and they just, it's their genetics, it's their body mechanics.
Yeah.
It's just they struggle to grow certain areas, like, you know, and they're working hard and they're eating all the food and they're doing the things like, and it's just, and she was kind of explaining how, like, because she was talking about like the comparison game and all that kind of stuff, the whole rabbit hole, and just she's like, you just have to like kind of accept, like, keep working hard, keep problem solving, keep troubleshooting, and like, but you know, it's bodybuilding, and that's like,
what it is.
this is what it is, like, and I know that, and like I think the more I hear like a top elite coach, like, you know, it's just true, and like then you got to look for like other other reasons,
Yeah.
like other
Yeah, I think it's that whole thing where, is it like, I'm going to say this so wrong. Is it hard work outworks talent when talent
I know what you're trying to say.
Oh
yes.
yeah, when
Something-
talent doesn't work. or
doesn't work
something.
hard?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I did
Yeah,
it.
it's
That's what it
something-
was.
yeah.
That's
it.
I feel like that's what that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like you're just showing up and you're doing the best you can with what you got.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about me in that scenario, like her maybe with the glutes. Me, just imagine the fact that I'm thinking about my pelvis and am I like in the right place? Am I even like, am I hurting something else? So like I feel like 3 different problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all so different, yet we've all like had very similar amount of years of training. We've all had such a level different, the progression of level of coaches, some of the overlapping coaches, and like it's just interesting how different all of the journeys are,
And different wins along the way too. Like, you know, and just different experiences. And I don't know. I think it's really, really cool.
yeah.
It's really cool.
And I think everybody's comeback season can look a little differently, and what you need and when you're ready and what's right for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everybody's kind of comeback season looks different for each person. What you need to do, what you're looking to do. And so we all haven't had our comeback seasons yet. And I have a feeling they're all going to look real different.
Can we come back at the same time though?
I'm
Yeah,
kind
that'd
of
be
curious
fun.
if we
That'd be
will, because we're all kind of doing this like life seasoning. It's a little different timing with your
It's just a
little
few
extra
months.
6
It's just a
months
few
of prep
months.
here.
Yeah. I'm waiting for you. So.
But I kind of feel like it's just like we never even discussed all going to life season at the same time.
It's
It was just
organically
kind of
happened.
like coincidental that like our timing of life is kind of around the same time. So I'm like,
What will
maybe
happen
it'll be
is
like a
we'll have
comeback
kids,
together.
and then there'll be a moment where we're all like, I need something for me. We're all gonna be like putting our kids in the gym daycare,
so
and like, just kidding, I don't know.
Right? Just meeting up.
Who
like,
knows?
Yeah,
Who
it's time.
It's time.
So I think the last thing I'd want anybody to message us for this episode is let us know if you are heading into a comeback season, because we'd love to support you.
Yeah.
Because we're excited for you and competing, because I'm already living through everybody else competing.
Yes.
But thank you, besties, and happy 2 years.
Yes.
Happy 2 years.
Happy 2 years. Bye.